Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Criterion again. Yes, we've seen two movies that are a part of the Criterion collection. This time, it is 8.5, otherwise known as Otto e Mezzo. Pronounced Otto, the letter E space, the letter M space, mezzo. So I don't know Otto e. If you click on that, it says help Italian, which was kind of my thoughts when I first saw the confusing middle section of the title in the original Italian. Help Italian. So yeah, I have been wanting to watch this movie. Synecdoche, New York is one of my favorite films ever, and a lot of people compare it to this 8.5 by Frederico Fellini. Some of them even going so far as to say Charlie Kaufman ripped off Fellini's 8.5. Firstshowing.net's Will Schiefelbein in 2009. So yes, ooh, that's a fancy font going on. Typefacing. All right, so I'm assuming this is going to be super surrealist, well, I don't know, postmodernist. When was postmodernism? I love postmodernism, but I'm not entirely certain when that was when that started. Mid 20th century. Okay, well this is mid 20th century. 1942, H.R. Hayes describes postmodernism as a new literary form. I'm familiar with it in literary form. When I was in college, I'm an English major, so I had to do a lot of literary theory, and so we had to deal a lot with structuralism, post-structuralism, new criticism, and then we got to postmodernism, and I'm like, oh, this is actually fun. Fiat. So yeah, I don't know how much talking I'm going to be doing during this film, but I've been interested in watching it. I'm already digging the imagery. And I do have my coffee. It's a good thing I know that this is a surrealist film. The imagery is already getting kind of weird. Hey, got out. Okay, from all I've heard about this film, I expected nothing less. Here we go. All right. I did like that dolly work back there. The movements were very precise. It was like it was on like a three-dimensional track. Italia. Okay, here we go. ¿Cómo está? Anytime I hear words that are the same in Romance languages, I always wonder what the heck it was in Latin for them to be so similar. The subtitle track did not tell me what that newspaper was saying, so I hope I didn't need to know that. Taking the cure. I know this is about writer's block. I wonder if that's what the cure is. They're like curing him of his writer's block by like inducing dreams, maybe. Oh, back when you could smoke indoors. I haven't looked up anything about the plot. I just know like basic things that I've heard over the years. That's beauty. Oh. Holy water. Okay. They're basically saying have a holy water enema and then a mud bath every other day. At least they'd prescribed mineral water too. Oh, Flight of the Valkyries. This came out in 1963. Maybe it wasn't cliched at that time as it is now. Was he just imagining the noise? Bum bum ba dum bum. Bum bum ba dum bum. Bum bum ba dum bum. Feels like I'm watching Kenny versus Spenny. Hello, ladies. I'm an introvert. This would give me massive anxiety. She's not happy at all. She's not even awake. Monsieur Abbott. Or Monsignor. Okay, is this where he's getting his holy water from? I'm guessing this is where he's getting his mineral water. That guy said he was going to meet him at the spring. This is like, this area was like, there was a miracle that occurred here, and like the Catholic Church just steamrolled in and was like, yeah, let's market this. It's like a soda shop. Look at the women down there. Oh, another famous piece of orchestral music. I wonder how much of this music was not cliched when this came out. Everyone was probably like, oh, this is new. Yes. Oh, I thought she wasn't there, actually. Grazie. It's like a Catholic Denny's. Okay, I have a feeling I've watched Synecdoche, New York like 25, 30 times in my life, and I still catch new things with it. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to do that with this movie too. But that would be cool to like in a year or two, like watch this a few times and then watch it again for the podcast and see like the difference, what I'm thinking. Ambiguous realism. This is supposed to be semi-autobiographical for Fellini. He's got writer's block. Mezza volta. Okay, so our main guy is Guido. Whoa! Maybe he should keep drinking this Catholic water. Oh, never mind. It's a woman. Oh. What's your treatment? A woman. I love all the classic music in a time where it wasn't cliched. Is this the Nutcracker? I'm drinking coffee. I'm not drinking holy water. Whoa! Guido, baby. Actrice. Wow, that's perfect for our main character. I need to stop listening. I'm listening to the Italian more than I'm listening or reading the subtitles. I need to quit doing that. So what if they were not talking about this film? He was talking about symbols there for a second. Like, I'm listening to the Italian, and she was like, argumentative something or another, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can like understand what they're saying. I'm too enamored. Because there's no safety rails. Darwinism was able to just, natural selection rather, was just able to take hold. Woo! Oh my god, this is Anna Karenina. Bum 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 ba ba bum ba 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 ba. Yak. Oh, I wonder who she is. They know each other. Carl. It has a Catholic nightclub. Holy water. Zgulp. They're not translating it, so I'm assuming they're names. Ooh, sandwich sounds good. Not like Amtrak. Smack! Bene. He wasn't really like listening to her. He was just like talking at her. Sure. Elegante. Peluche. I need to quit it. I'm infatuated with the Italian. She read a good Donald Duck? Like a Donald Duck comic book? Oh, are they together? Sweet buns. I guess not. She's married. Maybe they're having an affair. Poor Luigi. There's been a Mario and a Luigi. That's a pretty decent feat. America? Nudie. Oh my god, a broom. That wasn't a quick and easy death. Oh! Well. Don't move, I gotta slut you up. His definition, not mine. Her eyebrows look horrible. Of course not. Oh boy. Well, close the door. Oh, here we go. I mean, you're naked. I'm sure he'll say yes. Hippo. Oh, she might have been reading a Donald Duck comic book then. Is his father disappointed in Guido because he wasn't what he wanted? He didn't aspire to what his dad wanted him to be? Ooh. I have no idea what's going on. I was about to say, it looked like they were going in for a lot more than a peck on the cheek. So does he see his mom as his wife or his wife as his mom? Was he a jazz dancer? He's got foots. Beetle. Hello? Who's this? A lot of sinister looking Catholic priests and what looks like a cardinal. Or is that like the bishop? He's not looking up though. Reading through the Bible again. Oh, I'm on a cliffhanger. I can't wait to see how it ends. Dogs! It's like greyhounds. Super Tarzan. Wow, he's very strict. He's like James Cameron. Bellissima. Look motherly and eat a lot of pasta. Is that Jim Carrey? The whiskey was that you wouldn't ask questions. That's why that's why it's there. Isn't this Chopin? That makes sense because Chopin is very like dream-like and whimsical in his music. Oh. There's some English in this. Okay, so I'm assuming he was hanging out at that resort thing to like get over his writer's block, but now he's back at his production. And now everyone's hassling him. And he's trying to put his mom in the lead role. Or the female lead. I give up. Uncle. Guido's a bit, he's a little, like, childish, kind of. We've got the Americans in the palm of our hand. Wow. And this was after World War II. Here we go. Okay, I think this movie is like 100% ADR'd. Like, they filmed it, and then they went into the studio and, like, they dubbed over all of their lines in the studio. I wonder if that was a common practice at the time in general or just in Italy. I know they were doing like a bunch of spaghetti westerns. Here we go. Here we go. I'm twerking. Yeah, I do the twist. It's like Pulp Fiction. Yeah. Yeah, Guido's mannerisms are a bit like topsy-turvy. Oh boy. Not at the time. I just read Constantine's Sword. I know quite a bit about Italy, Italian history at this point in time. Well, not this point in time, but like at the turn of the 20th century. Oh, honey, don't drink anymore. Eh. Oh, okay. He might have a point there. I wonder if that whole talk about politics was like a critique of film itself. It was like, oh, you've got your political films, but films should be like obscure and vague. Like 8.5. He's giving her more than the eye. What is he doing? Balabalati. I'm getting a lot of Synecdoche, New York vibes, but it's no different from any movie about film and the artistic scenery, I guess, of like creating a film behind the scenes. If anything, Caden Catard and Synecdoche was like all hands on and like 100% on board and focused. Guido seems to be like very laissez faire about the whole process. Barbara Steele. Okay, yeah, she's the one playing Gloria Morin. The woman with the black hair who was dancing with him. He looks like the guy on Everybody Loves Raymond who's not Ray Romano. The other guy. He looks exactly like him. I don't think that's how art works, but okay. It's all an act. So he was kind of right when he asked if that was your daughter. Duh. I mean, that's your mistress. Pardon. He's not wrong. Here we go. She's a bit out there. She also has her hair, like, caught in her eyebrows. Okay, I love that shot, by the way. Oh my god. Aspirin! She's a plant. He didn't even put everything back in there. They're plants. All, every last one of them. I love this guy. She thinking about his wife? What a trickster. Dude, Carla or Gloria's got... Yeah, some of the ADR's kind of wonky. Oh, here we go. Whose mind is it going to put it into? Oh, her mind. Here we go. Pivotal plot point incoming. Oh, it better not be written in Italian. And I don't know what it is. Fish. Masa. Ash Nisi Masa. Hang on. Ash. Oh my god. Asa Nisi Masa. Oh, it's a nonsense phrase. Okay. Good to know. Okay, it doesn't. Apparently, it doesn't mean anything. Right now. Well, I mean, if you're gonna put kids in your film, at least these are getting dunked on, literally. go! I really want to go back to that Asa Nishimasa Wikipedia page, but that's spoiler central. I'm sure. That is a giant oak barrel. Sounded like she did. Is this an orphanage? Uh-oh. Sneaking out. That's a scary picture on the left there. Oh, little Guido. Is this a flashback? Is this him as a child and he's an orphan? But he was reminiscing about his parents earlier, was he not? She didn't kiss any of them goodnight. Go to sleep, she'll sick a demon on you. Oh my god, that's like Shanghai Nights! It's called the gazing, peering eyes. Oh. It's a nonsense phrase, but I guess it's meant to like evoke supernatural things. I want to understand. Like, I don't understand everything, but I want to. So is this a different hotel? Because his mistress didn't want she didn't like the old hotel. Everything, everywhere, all at once. In the morning or now? Oh god. I don't think that's how it works, but okay. Is this supposed to be like the difficulty and a director faces, like having to deal with writer's block, creating things, and having to deal with actors? He's like, where's this coming from? That woman, she would not Gloria, but this woman right here, she would not enjoy working with George Lucas if she needs to be close to her director. Rest cure. She was wondering if he was with any women. And he was like, okay, come up here and see if I'm cheating on you. Ciao. I am trying to keep up with the cast and like looking over at the Wikipedia article, and I'm noticing that a lot of characters are named after their actors. That is definitely a Synecdoche, New York thing. Hello. Eleonora. Dottore. They're having fun. Yay, Italy! Woo! Damn. There's a lot of people in this film who talk, and Guido is like clearly not interested, and he's just off like looking someplace else, like completely like blacking them out. He's gonna need to ask that one woman for some of that aspirin she had. Pinocchio. He can't go to sleep. That is his production assistant, Mario Canocchia. I guess he's stressed out because the production is too crazy. Which, I mean, just the actors seem to be the hassle. Sculpt. As this where we get to the weird postmodernism symbolism stuff. He's pouring some of that either holy water or mineral water on him, right? I want to understand. Have we seen this person? Was he just dreaming about the women in the pictures? Like his ideal women? No wonder he can't get any sleep and he has to go for some rest cures. He can't get to sleep. He's got to deal with everything else. Is this like life getting in the way of art? Don't want to have to worry about her figure, right, Guido? Is she about to die? He's like so done with her. What was he worrying about what he was trying to tell the Cardinal? Was he expecting her to die? Sort of, yeah. Boy, wait until Hollywood comes around, like with a vengeance in like the 90s. That guy's not gonna be a fan. Oh, Carlo was like on the verge of death and he was worried about this. He was worried about his film more than her. Sort of, I guess. He could not care less. Interesting. Is this another flashback? Asa Nishimasa. So is the implication he was raised in a Catholic orphanage? Then why is he talking to the cardinal about a Catholic upbringing? Seragina! Was that the same woman? Certainly not. I have no idea what's going on. Did they like pay her to dance? She just lives out here in the desert or the sands, the beach. Shake your moneymaker. Here we go. Run, Guido, run! Oh my god, this is like the 400 blows. It's like the end of the movie. Oh, we spent. Oh! Damn, why is he not in the NFL? I really don't like in old movies when they start messing around with like slow motion and fast motion like that. Well, even modern movies will do the slow motion thing. I'm not a fan. Did they really have nothing else to do but like pay a woman at the beach to dance for them? I mean, I guess if they're in a Catholic convent, I guess if you're being denied like everything of the world, a dancing woman on the beach would like be enticing. Oh, was that his mom? Did they just send him here and he's not an orphan? That would go along with like my earlier hypothesis that he was a disappointment to his dad at least. Oh, he's a dunce! Vesgorgna! Well, that's no way to live. I like how they chose this lesson specifically to target Guido. What happened when he talked to her? Or what was he preventing? Those damn women being the demons and devils. Damn it. That was quick. Oh, he's going to give him a talking to. So much for anonymity. Mary didn't have a crown of thorns. Oh, here we go. Is he going back to her? Going to dance the Roomba again? She's got a pretty voice. Ciao. Polemical. He's a historian. Chopin again. This is not Chopin. Oh! Here get the mud bats. Ooh, what do they got in there? Bum, 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 bum. Oh boy. Oh, I thought that guy was naked. I'm really having difficulty keeping track of which characters are who. Bum, 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 bum. There's a lot less subtlety when this film is getting meta about like the art of filmmaking than compared to Synecdoche, New York. But Synecdoche, New York wasn't really a treatise on filmmaking, which this seems to be that. He looks like Austin Powers. Like on the fembot scene when his glasses are all messed up. Mario's about to pass out. Here? This might not be happening in real life. Oh, put in a good word for the man upstairs. That was a cool shot. Okay, the shot's still going and it's still impressive. I'm still digging it. I like that whole shot. Was he really wanting to meet him here? Getting in that mud. Origin was very biased, by the way. That was a cool shot. Grand Hotel La Fonte. Fonte. Like a car show. Oh, no wonder. It's like an auction. It's a lot of lira. Oh, is this his wife? Louisa? Oh, no, that's his wife. His wife's friend. Whoever answered the phone with her. Rosella, yeah. Maybe. No, that is Louisa. I thought her friend mentioned the 3 kids. He had the company of one of them. Notice how he dodged the question. What's it about? Something to do with spaceships. Are they in an open relationship? I don't know, she seems perfect for Guido. They dance similar. Oh, that's the guy who couldn't get some sleep the other night. Oh, is that Superman 4? The Search for Peace? Oh, so that's Louise's friend. Konoja. I don't think she's happy with him. But I don't know why. She doesn't want to sit next to him. Konocha is just talking. No one's listening to him. Why doesn't his wife like him? I missed that part. They seemed on good terms when they were dancing. She was even teasing him about his affairs. Was this one of the sets with the spaceship? The producer was busting his balls about the amount of time and effort to build this set. Ironically enough, the people behind this very film probably had the same gripes about Fellini doing this. But that's probably one of the things that makes this a meta film, somewhat. It carries on a meta narrative. Commentatore. I mean, there's a spaceship. Just let the man rest. No wonder he's looking for a rest cure. Guido, Guido, Guido. Vertigi. Yeah, Kenocho is largely financing this. She is! That's the guy who he pointed out had a crush on her, right? Good God, 1,500 extras. 15,000. Nice. A divorce. Enrico. This is probably Fellini talking. What is he upset that he's in too deep and he wants to turn away but he can't? Oh boy. That is a massive set. We get another dream sequence? Oh, maybe not. He's just pretending. Louisa seemed so happy when she first got here. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have a hell of a time reading up the Wikipedia article on this. She doesn't want to wake him up, that's for sure. Maybe she got upset because he pointed out that Enrico was having eyes on her. She's like, how did he know? You going back to the phone? Nope. I hope that's aspirin. Are they not in separate beds? Yeah. Unless she just put her cigarette out on him. We've still got like nearly a third of the movie left, my man. You're not getting to sleep anytime soon. I'm assuming the whole point of the film is that he never gets to sleep, or never gets good sleep. That's a good question, actually. Why did he invite her? Yeah, here we go. I was right. Oh, it's like a variation of the plate spinning song. Hey, it's Claudia. She's not sick anymore. He's hiding. Here we go. Oh boy. It's gonna go down, isn't it? Did they have to pretend not to know one another? Even though Luisa knows? Look his eyes, the makeup. He's getting more and more tired as the movie goes on. The bitchy type. Damn. Why did he invite his wife? He's probably asleep. He's probably asleep now. I like how they stopped her saying cow, but not whore. You would think the first one would be more, severe. Unless the translation is, inadequate. Look at him, he's about to fall asleep! Or he's smug. Oh boy. Here we go. Look how happy he is. Is this a dream sequence? Her friend disappeared, so I'm assuming this is a dream sequence. Maybe. Who's behind the camera? There's a POV shot going on there. Great curtsy. Okay, well, I know why Guido's hanging out here. It's important to me. I need to know who you are. Are these a bunch of actresses in his film? Oh, he's like recreating his childhood? But it's a school. It's a school of girls instead of boys. It's Gloria again. I've never been more excited to read up on a film's plot synopsis than I am right now. Okay, so is this like in his mind he has like his harem of women who are influential in his life? Because she's clearly not there. He has like a Peter Pan complex. And then Rosella is legitimately there to be his conscience. Oh boy. Bum boom! So when he's done with a woman, he sends them upstairs, i.e. gets rid of them. Oh boy. Oh, there's a mutiny. Oh boy. Oh boy! They're revolting! It's like a zoo. Oh boy. Oh my god, Indiana Jones stole from this too. This really is a fantasy. Was that his mom? She doesn't even want to watch. Well, at least she's dancing her way upstairs. I guess that means he has no more reason to keep them in his memory. I guess that's why he asked her to come to the set, because she's the one woman in his life who actually, like, takes care of things in his mind. I'm going to assume his film has nothing to do with spaceships, right? Okay, I think I'm gonna need a bit more than the plot synopsis. He's ready to escape if need be. We need to make a movie now. Oh, so is this not the movie he was filming? Maybe it was common practice to have ADR if they're just constantly giving screen directions. She was right. Oh, they're doing like screen tests. Okay. He didn't give it to her friend to give to her. He gave it to her himself. They're the same as her glasses. Well, I guess he was being honest, though, after all. She had to take her glasses off. And there she goes. So is that why he brought her here? So that he could, like, find inspiration for her character in his movie? None of them are making the cut. Sacrebleu. Oh. Oh, wait, that actress this whole time was Carla. My bad. Those were all cuts of Claudia he was just watching, of different actresses trying to portray her. They're just gonna leave the screening? I think there was a fly that landed on the vehicle. Look at the bags under his eyes. Claudia. Oh, we saw that at the beginning of the movie. Has she shown up like regularly throughout the film? I will say this has been a very quick 2 hours. Feels like it's been an hour. I'm like 95% certain this is Fellini talking, the director. So they are doing the film? This is another plate spinner song. I nearly passed out. Okay, so Guido did all of this. He did all of this not to make a movie, but he wanted to meet her, the actress. And I guess once he met her, he decided he was done with the film, so he doesn't want to do the film. Those questions. But there's that guy again. Yes, he has. He has fallen in. Well, I don't know if he fell in love with the actress, but is that his wife? She changed her glasses if it is. If anyone criticizes, oh well, all Asian people look alike. I'll point to this film because all the white women in this film all look alike, except for that woman on the beach. Oh, and now he's stuck. He can't quit. This whole movie's about being in too deep to stop. That guy really wants to be in the movie as a dancer. Is that the kid actor who played Guido earlier? I so wish I knew what was, what was going on. Eh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. Okay, I've got no. Okay. Plot synopsis. Thank goodness. I've got no idea. I think. Okay, you know what? Before I look at anything, I think this film is about. This is about art. It's not. I mean, it's about filmmaking. I know that this is a somewhat biographical film about Frederico Fellini, but I think it's about filmmaking, but in a broader sense, art in general. And it's about being expected to do art and not able to do art, because art is something you can't just will out of yourself. Like the people were asking him, if I asked you to write something, could you do it in like a second? And I even said, I was like, I don't think that's how art works. Art is something that needs to be it needs to be like evoked from the nether. If I could be as pretentious as possible when I say that. Like me as a writer, like you can't just sit down. I mean, I guess you could just sit down and just write, but if you want to write meaningfully, you know, you need to feel what you're writing. You need to feel that you have a good story that you're writing, and you need to feel like the words that you're using words properly and in a mellifluous enough way. I think that's the overarching plot, or the overarching, I'm sure there's a lot of different themes in this, but I think that's the major one, right? Because he constantly had different things interrupting his art, and in that sense, I can see where that equates to Synecdoche, New York. But Synecdoche, New York was about a broader sense. Synecdoche, New York was about art, but it was about life and death. It was about like more than art. Like life and death encapsulates even art itself. So like if you were imagined like 8.5 as like a solar system of ideas, Synecdoche, New York would be like a universe of ideas. Or yeah, this would be a solar system. Synecdoche would be like a galaxy of ideas. It like encompasses the ideas that 8.5 espouses, so far as I know. Obviously, there was a lot of this film that was a bit too postmodern, and it requires me to either watch this a lot of times to figure it out. There were a lot of times, like the speech at the end of the film, I'm assuming that has a lot to do with it. And it was a bit too verbose for one viewing, and I would have loved to have gone back and like replayed it a few times, but I'm recording a commentary track. I have to keep going, so there's probably a lot to it than that. Let's see. That's my first viewing thought as to like what the film is about. It's about art, and not, you can't rush art. Art has to come to you, and there's a myriad of reasons. And see, that's why he quit the film, because he didn't feel like he was putting his all into a film that all of these people and all of this money was involved, and he just wanted to make something real. That's probably the ending too. That was probably because he had the bullhorn. He was like directing them to just hold hands and be in a circle and be together, and that's what he felt was more evocative of what he thought. Let's see. Stalled on his new science fiction. This is straight from the Wikipedia page. Stalled on his new science fiction film that includes thinly veiled autobiographical references. He has lost interest amidst artistic and marital difficulties. Hires a well-known critic to review his ideas, but the critic blasts them. Guido has recurring visions of an ideal woman, all caps, which he sees as key to his story. Okay, so that was the woman. So I think I called Carla. I think I referred to her as Claudia on accident. Carla was the woman with the poofy hat that she was dancing with his wife in the square, and she called her a cow. That was Carla. His mistress Carlo comes to visit him, but Guido puts her in a separate hotel. The film production crew relocates to Guido's hotel in an unsuccessful attempt to get him to work on the film. Okay, so that was the beginning of the film, when he left his room and like everyone was downstairs. I didn't catch that they had relocated there to like find him and like catch him. So he went to the spa to get away from it all, and everyone just followed him there. I'm assuming that was a very much like I said, I knew that this was a Fellini semi-autobiographical film. I'm assuming he felt like he was dogged down by like his producers, maybe. Guido admits to a cardinal that he is not happy. The cardinal offers little insight. I'm assuming that means you won't find your salvation in religion? Maybe. There was a lot of that. There was a lot of Catholicism versus Marxism, which at the time, I think Marxism equated to like godlessness. Guido invites his estranged wife Louisa and her friends to join them. They dance, but Guido abandons her for his production crew. Oh, okay, that's why she was pissed. She was so happy when she showed up, and then she was upset. That's because he decided to go with the guy in his car. Guido confesses to his wife's best friend, Rosella, that he wanted to make a film that was pure and honest, but he is struggling with something honest to say. Carla surprises Guido, Luisa, and Rosella outside the hotel, and Guido claims that he and Carla ended their affair years ago. Oh, okay. So she knew that they had had an affair, but he was claiming that he had forgotten. They had ended it, but they hadn't. Luisa and Rosella call him on the line. Guido slips into a fantasy world where he lords over a harem of women from his life, but a rejected showgirl starts a rebellion. The fantasy women attack Guido with harsh truths about himself and his sex life. See, at least I caught that was fantasy. When Luisa sees how bitterly Guido represents her in the film, she declares that their marriage is over. Guido's ideal woman arrives in the form of an actress. A lot of this film, like this plot synopsis is like 3 paragraphs, but like so much of it, like 2 hours of it is like the first 2 paragraphs. And like there's like 20 minutes, that's the third. When Luisa sees how bitterly Guido represents her in the film, she declares that their marriage is over. Guido's ideal woman arrives in the form of an actress named Claudia. Guido explains that his film is about a burned-out man who finds salvation in his ideal woman. Claudia concludes that was when they were outside when he drove her to that back lot or something. Claudia concludes that the protagonist is unsympathetic because he is incapable of love. Broken, Guido calls off the film, but the producer and the film staff announce a press release conference. Guido attempts to escape from the journalist and eventually imagines shooting himself in the head. Guido realizes he was attempting to solve his personal confusion by creating a film to help others, when instead he needs to accept his life for what it is. He asks Luisa for her assistance in doing so. Carla tells him that she figured out what he was trying to say, that Guido can't do without the people in his life. The men and women hold hands and run around the circle, Guido and Luisa joining them last. Okay. I don't... Okay, he was attempting to solve his personal confusion by creating a film to help others. I didn't get that at all. It didn't seem like, it seemed like it was completely self-serving. When instead he needs to accept his life for what it is. Okay, I didn't get any of that from my first viewing. The film is unusual. Oh wait, these are films. Or these are themes. I thought it was production. 8.5 is about the struggles involved in the creative process, both technical and personal, and the problems artists face when expected to deliver something personal and profound with intense public scrutiny on a constricted schedule while simultaneously having to deal with their own personal relationships. That's what I got. That was the main theme that I thought. It is, in a larger sense, about finding true happiness within a difficult, fragmented life. Okay, I can see that. Like several Italian films of the period, 8.5 is also is about the alienating effects of modernization. What? How's that? The alienating effects of modernization. I'm trying to think back through the film. What was that? I didn't catch that at all. And I don't even... Hang on. There's a citation. Screening the past. latrobe.edu. Page not found. Well. Oh, archived. Italian art film. Oh, God. Here, Control F, modern. If you're on the page 8.5 Wikipedia, it's the 9th citation. Screening the past. Which I guess is a paper? Angelo Restivo, The Cinema of Economic Miracles, Visuality and Modernization in the Italian Art Film. Oh, so this isn't about 8.5 specifically, it's about the zeitgeist at the time. Oh, it's behind a paywall. This is just this is a page about the article. Oh. Okay, some of the citations on Wikipedia aren't the best. Making of his 8.5 film. Okay, I already knew that. Okay. The film is unusual in that it is a film about making a film, and the film is being made is the film the audience is viewing. An excellent example is the dream sequence of Guido's harem, where Guido was bathed and carried in white linen by all the women from the film, only to have the women protest for being sent to live upstairs in the house when they turned 30. And Jacqueline Bonbon does her last dance. The Guido's harem scene is immediately followed by the screen test, depicting the same actors in a theater, each taking the stage for a screen test, being chosen to act for the very scene the audience just watched. What? If they were being interviewed, if they were screen testing for the harem scene, but they walked into a room and they were on the phone, they weren't in a harem. I didn't catch that at all. The Mirror of Mirrors is further emphasized at the end where the director Guido sits at the table of the press conference where the entire table is a mirror reflecting the director in it. I caught that. I don't know what this Mirror of Mirrors, I don't get that. I mean, I guess it's a mirror because it's a film about a film that you're watching. I don't know. If Synecdoche, New York did rip this movie off, I think they did it a little bit better. Charlie Kaufman. And in October, oh, this is production. You've got, this probably has little relevance. As with most Italian films of this period, the sound was entirely dubbed in afterwards. Aha! Following a technique dear to Fellini, many lines of the dialogue were written only during post-production, while the actors on the set mouthed random lines. I caught that, because there were sometimes, I thought I had a faulty copy of the film. Otto e Mezzo marks the first time that actress Claudia Cardinale was allowed to dub her own dialogue. This is Fellini's last black and white film. Fellini shot the end of the film as initially written. Guido and his wife sit together in the restaurant car of a train bound for Rome. Lost in thought, Guido looks up to see all the characters of this film smiling ambiguously at him as the train enters a tunnel. Fellini then shot an alternate ending set around the spaceship on this beach at dusk, but the intention of using the scenes as a trailer for promotional purposes only. Co-scriptwriter Tullio Pinelli explains how he warned Fellini to abandon the train sequence with its implicit theme of suicide for an upbeat ending. Oh. Fellini accepted the advice, using the alternative beach sequence as a more harmonious and exuberant finale. I think I would have preferred the train one. Is that, can we find that somewhere? Alternate ending, hang on. 8.5 alternate ending. 8.5 changed to improper fraction. No! This is a take on what? Oh, this is like a separate production. 8.5, The Lost Ending, Region 2. Here's a DVD for it. Oh, it's a documentary. Well, it's good that I'm not the only person interested in this. Documentario sul dietro le quinte di 8.5 con una gran quantità. It's Italian. 8.5 alternate ending. Okay, what's this? A Friend Rogers production. I'll put this in the show notes, of course. 8.5 alternate ending. May 15, 2022. Oh! This isn't the alternate ending. Someone just created this. Oh, this is just someone's fan fiction. Okay, never mind. This won't be in the show notes. Never mind. Okay, yeah, that was just some random... Okay, that was just some random guy of fan fictioning. Which is fine, but that's not what I was looking for. Hang on. Okay, so I have another thing. Asa nisi masa. There's a clairvoyant Maya who is using her assistant Maurice to move from guest to guest, attempting to read their minds. Guido asks Maurice, "Can you transmit anything?" And Maurice agrees to try. Maya writes on her blackboard, "Asa nisi masa," which Guido confirms is the phrase he was thinking of. But what does it mean? Maurice asks. And the film immediately transitions in a flashback to Guido's childhood. Guido is a little boy being pampered by the women in his life. Oh. Bathed in wine, then wrapped up in freshly warmed blankets and carried off to bed. As he and the other children are supposed to be falling asleep, one of them declares that the eyes on a painting on the wall can be made to move by reciting the phrase "Asa nisi masa, asa nisi masa." By tying together Guido's distant past with the present, the viewer is reminded that our adult motivations are never far from our childhood desires. Later in the film, in the so-called harem sequence, Guido dreams of being bathed and pampered as an adult in exactly the same way. Oh, I caught that. Remember, I was like, oh, it's like a harem, but it's like an orphanage, but for the women. Okay, and I did catch when he was like, I mentioned he had a Peter Pan complex. Why isn't this in the main article for the film? Why do I have to go to a different article that's nowhere cited in the 8.5 original Wikipedia page? Fellini never publicly revealed the meaning of the phrase. It is generally thought that Fellini used an Italian children's game similar to Pig Latin to create it. In the game, the syllables "si" and "sa" are added to existing words to obscure them, which Fellini does with the word "anima," which has dual significance in this context. Not only is it the Italian word for soul, but it is also a key concept in the work of the Swiss psychotherapist Carl Jung, of whom Fellini was fond of, where anima is the term for the female aspect of the personality in men, a common Fellini theme. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, the European Network of Young Cinema, Nisi Masa, was named after this phrase. And a bunch of bands, Asa Nisi Masa. A lot of bands have used it in their song. Okay, I think the article on Asa Nisi Masa was more helpful than the Wikipedia. But I will spare no expense looking up like people's review of this film, because I think it was very well done. Like I said, a lot of the I love a lot of the cinematography. I thought the actors were okay. There weren't any complaints in that. But yeah, I don't know. It definitely feels like a film that you would benefit from multiple viewings. So I don't know. I'll probably like look up some like reviews of it and explanations of different things, and I'll get on YouTube. There's probably a bunch of stuff on YouTube about this. Some random guy made a fanfic ending for it on YouTube, so you know, I'm sure there's plenty of it. Here, 8 1/2. Dance scene. Oh, that's right, the first 3 minutes. What was the dream about? I need to watch that dream again. 8 1/2. What was the dance scene? Oh, okay. It's the guy when he starts doing the twist. The description, the best. Oh, La Rumba. Yeah, that's another dance scene. And the final scene. Yeah, okay. I'll probably go through and I'll definitely either rewatch this or I'll make some more hearty inferences into the film. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It did not feel like nearly 2.5 hours. It felt like 1 hour, honestly. The time flew, so I probably wouldn't have a problem watching it again, if not more than twice at the end of the day. But yeah, thank you guys for, Scorsese on Fellini. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I have some stuff to watch, because a lot of people think that this is like one of the best films ever. So, We'll see. We'll see how my opinion changes. Thank you guys for watching. I will keep you up to date on any changes in this. I still have to watch Synecdoche, New York at some point, so the next time you hear about this will probably be whenever I watch that for this. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next episode. Goodbye.